Hey, what's going on YouTube? You got Sam with the S&E Brothers, and today I'm very excited to be sharing this new game that I found on the app called Steam. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a site where you sign up, create an account, and then you can play all types of different games, from horror games to gun games to all kinds of different stuff. And the only reason I know about it is because I saw Markiplier and Corey Kenshin actually play some games on that app and that engine. So I thought, hey, why not? I'll try it. And so I did. I created an account and I found this really cool game that I'll introduce to you in just a second. It's so real quick, let me do a costume change and I'll be right back with you. I'm back. Had to get into character. This game is called The Monster Inside. Let's try it out. My heart pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I had in years left me feeling like I had been punched in the jaw. Just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There's my office. That's pretty cool. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Ventini's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking, staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid of someday I might have to face what I really am. Now the girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. Let's see, should we say calm down now? Sit and talk slow? Yeah, what can I help you with? Or you ever hear of knocking first? I'm gonna be salty. Ever hear of knocking first? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. It's alright. Sit down. Tell me your tale. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills. Chased it down with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this was gonna take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the news, the infamous baker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Lily, you don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can call me Jack. Jack. Whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they're in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they had found him and brought him in, it would be due to the public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. Let's see. You got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can't help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. Let's go with the salty. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think it was just any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Beast. The word struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, all right. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. Back when I was still a cop myself. What should we say? Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. I'll leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump. Let's do the last one. Leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump to conclusions here. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure. Can you see how busy I am with other cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Alright, next chapter. I can't do this for the whole thing, but I'll just do it for the beginning part. So far this game is really cool. I love the music. Oh, I'm a music fan of jazz and like bluesy music, and this is just my style. So yeah, let's keep going. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding things that others overlook. Oh wow, a knack, more of a symptom or of a condition. Other less useful symptoms I kept in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. A scent was less of a thing, more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar scent. I expected the scent of trepidation, or maybe even outright fear. But Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Sorry for my English, guys. I can't read apparently. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Can we click? Oh, cool. Okay, so we can click on stuff. Can we click on the guy? No? Anything else? Okay, what's this? Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear 2,000 pairs of carcinos? Carcinos, yeah. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night. He walked away from the scene on his own 2 feet. Okay, go back. Ooh, those scratch marks? Oh, burn, okay. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my fingers along its length and felt the chill down my spine. Ooh. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was a mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have been able to pick it up. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. Ooh. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment, and my head hit the pillow like it owed me money. Next chapter. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask, "So, what did you find?" "Well, I've got good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about beasts, but something unnatural was at play. Might be right to worry about monsters. Found his spell marks." Let's go with not sure about beasts. Unnatural? How do you mean? Spell's mark? Rarely seen these days, but unmistakable. Or I can't give you details, but I'm looking into it. Let's be vague. Everybody likes when people are vague, right? What does that mean? See? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be? Found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. There were signs he was at the scene and slipped away. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed the bottle from underneath my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. Nope. Rough night followed by a rough morning. Yeah. Maybe you should tell me what you know. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They said it happened last night. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too? My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a crap cop and a crap chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amito's untimely demise. Next chapter. This is really cool. I'm loving this story. Oh, cool. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil. And what? Could it be? Could it be what? That smell again. Like someone had bottled pure aerosol and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory. But this sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what this scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. Ooh. I looked down at my hands, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, not jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Okay, let's see. Let's check out the lamp. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric. torn and caught in the splinter of the board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. Alright, let's keep going. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same crappy brand I smoke every day. Everybody's got their vice. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. What's this guy hiding? I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the letter, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mayor missing. Wife found dead. 2 cases. Is a coincidence? 3 is a pattern. Ooh. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I have to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack! Where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. Or I've just been busy. I'm off to Mrs. Ventini's crime scene. I have to go. Let's be salty again. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. Where are we off to now? She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay. But it would be a lie. Oh, it's getting intense, guys. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Ventini and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Let's investigate. Open car door and the trash can. Let's do trash. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies. Shady stock trades. Bribes. I knew Mayor Ventini was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Ventini and Chief Amato, talking about me. How they were trying to get me to shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Alright, let's keep looking. This is so cool. Anything else? Oh yeah, the car door. Ventini's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might a surge? I don't know how to say that. My fears. I caught the scent again. Oh, it overwhelmed my other senses with undiluting pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible. Was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Ooh, it's getting intense. I didn't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would have probably shown up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They wouldn't put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost, come back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same things she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you! You're the monster! Oh, Jack. We are one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures, as you have incubus. Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed.
So guys, at this point I realized that the game was kind of inappropriate, and I'm just now realizing that in the video. Sorry, let's continue.
So, you've done all this just to wake me up? Lily, you could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down, you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone. And now, they are gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man, but I had to keep her talking. I've never met a scubus who seduces and kills women. Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to the pleasure of the flesh. But I do still need like yourself to take the tainted seed of harvest from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. I tried draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Ha 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 ha. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled the revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. Ooh. That's the end? That's how it ends? What? No way. Wow, what a game. That's crazy. Oh man, well, that's it, you guys. I really liked that. That was cool. And like, wow. I'm gonna have to like think about that for a little bit and then like replay it almost in my head just to see what happened. But man, the monster inside. If you like this series, I'm gonna keep going with the Steam games and maybe do some jump scare horrors next. And so yeah, let me know down in the comments how you feel about this. I'm not even sure yet. But until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and you all have a great day. S&E Bros out.